John, how hard is it to walk out of a SCIF with classified material?
Everybody who goes into a SCIF knows what the requirements are to go in and knows what the requirements are to go out. You can't bring personal devices in, and you certainly can't leave with material unless that material is appropriately secured.
Usually what happens to someone in the chain of command if they do leave with a piece of classified material that they're not supposed to have or that is not secured?
I think if you do it inadvertently or you do it and you realize you don't have it secured in a locked bag, or you self-report, which is exactly what the president did, self-reported. But you self-report.
If I could believe that, there's also been bipartisan outrage and frustration over the last few days that there are just more and more disclosures of classified documents showing up in places where they were not supposed to be. From a national security perspective, you work in national security, how concerned are you, and does the system need reform?
I'm going to defer most of the document questions to Karine. The only thing I'd say here is that you're welcome.
Thank you.
Obviously, the president, you've heard Karine say he takes the treatment of classified material seriously. I can assure you that everybody here does too, and the National Security Council staff. We deal with classified material every single day. You have to do that. We all know what the rules are. We follow the rules, and the procedures exist for a reason, and they've been developed over many, many years.
Can you assure the American people that when President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris leave office, no classified documents will walk away with them to places they shouldn't be?
So I'm going to be very careful here. As you can imagine, what I can say is repeat what the president has said multiple times. He takes classified information. He takes classified documents very seriously. I'm just not going to go beyond that. I'm not going to predict or lay out anything that might happen in the future. What I can say is this is something that the president, this is a matter, an issue that the president takes very seriously. I can do from here.
The president had said he was going to talk to us about this soon. He did make brief comments last week, but does he have any plans to answer the questions that we've been posing to him, to perhaps hold a press conference so that we can
understand
ask him a range of questions?
Totally understand the question. I don't have anything to preview right at this time on any opportunities for the president to address this. But as you all know, and I know questions were shouted earlier, there's many opportunities that you all have with him where he takes all of your questions, and he has over the past 2 weeks.
Answered questions.
No, I understand.
We've been shouting.
No, he's answered. Actually, when he was in California, he took a question. When he was in Mexico City, he was asked it. He took a question. The day after that, no, but the day after that, he took a question. So I'm just saying that it's not that he hasn't addressed this at all. He has. Again, he has been asked a question a couple of times, and he's answered it, and you all have heard from him on that.
The president said last week he has no regrets in his handling of classified documents. When he saw how forthcoming former Vice President Mike Pence was, his team was, about the fact that they did find classified documents in his Indiana home, did the president regret not telling the public about this immediately and instead letting it leak?
Refer you again to those documents, and I will just reiterate what the president has said. He takes classified documents, classified information very seriously, and I'm just not going to go beyond what he has said. I'm not going to go beyond what has been shared.
A number of lawmakers reacted yesterday to the revelations by former Vice President Mike Pence with some disbelief, saying that writ large, the system is broken when it comes to top officials handling classified documents. Does the president, does the administration agree with that assessment? And does the president, as the commander-in-chief, feel it's his responsibility to do something about it?
So look, I know my colleague was just asked this question, and I do want to be very careful. This is an ongoing legal matter here.
Well, I'm not asking about the president's
it is
case,
actually.
But
I hear you.
Speaking here, we have a number of current and formers who have now acknowledged, yes, they found classified documents in their possessions in places that are not secure, the nation's deepest secrets.
I hear the question.
I feel like he needs to address this.
I hear the question, and we're talking about the system. You're asking about how do we move forward. You're asking, like, what does the president think? And I am telling you that because there is I have to be really careful, because there is